My name's Jane Taylor. I've been at the school since the beginning of the year, since February. I work in the Year 3 room with 2 other fabulous teachers and a group of 59 children and 2 integration aides. The curriculum is the biggest difference for me, and this is the reason that I came here, because it is really child-centred. It's a child-centred school. Planning is incredibly important in this site. It's because we teach collaboratively and we roll off one off the other, we need to have a really good understanding of where we would like the week to go or the day to go before it happens. And that doesn't mean to say that that works out that way, but in the planning we talk about the fabric of our week and the way we need to fit in with everybody else, but also the nature of the children and where their learning is. So it gives us an opportunity to discuss where children are, what difficulties they may have, what their strengths are, something that they might be interested in. It gives us that opportunity to cater for it within the timetable.
So for the maths, what do you want the maths focus to be for that rotation? Do you want it to be some of those games?
I think so, unless we want to do a money thing, a money or fractions, something out of the...
Okay.
To come back in.
Yep.
It might be a good time to do, well, if we look at money, then it's re-establishing the hundredths and the tens for those children that have done it before. If we look at fractions, it's doing that as well, but it's also looking at the groups of.
Yeah.
If we
For
did
the
fractions, are they making the gingerbread? Like that could be kind of tying into Inessa's gingerbread house.
So the other thing to think of with the maths then is to come back to where we've been this week, and we're looking at who we need to work with as target teaching next week and smaller groups or workshop groups through the LA time.
Yep.
Okay.
Did you want to work on target teaching with small, just with a handful of 4 or 5?
Yep.
With those?
Yep. We can do that.
The learning agreement sessions that we have are probably considered by the school to be a signature. It is something that we do at Warana Park, and we do very well in tapping into where children are learning. So we create within the timetable a large session for children to begin a piece of work and progress with it. Sometimes children are very autonomous and able to do that themselves. Other times it requires what we call a provocation for them to create and start some thinking.
What is it that's sort of really about the 21st century that maybe is a little bit different? Would they know what that was in maybe 100 years, 200 years? Maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't.
Maybe
Yeah?
because they would have it.
Maybe because they'd have it.
Or maybe that would do make technology would advance and use voice control TVs.
Absolutely. Have you seen the Google glasses where they blink and things happen?
At the moment we've been working on a Museum of Earth project where children are able to tap into something that really interests them. So the idea is that when the children put together an exhibit, they have information regarding their exhibit, they create artefacts, they have a little panel of information. So we're talking about what sort of text they need to go with their exhibit. So if they're doing the racing track or they're doing a footy pitch, well, what does that look like? When was it used? We're trying to establish it within a place and a time, and the nature of what they've already seen on museums, of what things are made out of and where they came from, who used them. So we're looking at that backstory idea as well. We often write down some of the things that children say, because that's the real learning. Sometimes we pick up on what someone has said in the way, oh, I did this and I did it this way, and you think, bingo, they've really explored something themselves, or they've got that.